Okay, are we alive? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So today's date is May 28th, 2025. The time is 10:37 a.m. Eastern Time. We have Umar Hayat today with us. It's a very interesting resume you have. I'm going to have a conversation regarding that, inshallah. So, Umar Hayat, I'm a bit under the weather. I have COVID-19 right now. So accept my sincere apologies if you hear my voice a bit huskier than usual. Okay. So the topic of today's presentation is this is a level 6 exam. The topic is AI augmented energy optimization and automated security for smart cities on AWS and Azure. This is the next frontier. Uh, all the developed economies are going towards smart cities projects. There are various projects happening. Predominantly, it is part of the IoT revolution, Internet of Things. Now we are having AI of things, right? Everything is now being connected to AI. Every Internet of Thing is now being driven on AI. The topic focuses on building smart cities infrastructure with AI-powered energy optimization and automated security system on AWS and Azure. Students will integrate AI tools to optimize energy use while securing IoT devices and infrastructure in smart cities. There are three objectives. That was the overview: optimize energy consumption in smart cities infrastructure using AI-powered tools, implement automated security monitoring for IoT devices in smart cities, and ensure data compliance and privacy for smart cities residents. The key areas of focus, there's a DevOps area, there's a SysOps area, there's an AI area, there's a GRC and cloud security, right? So there are altogether 6 areas. You have to cover all of them. The minimum time for the presentation is 15 minutes. The maximum we can go is 25 minutes, followed by a round of Q&A where we have to go through all the questions, right? I wish you the best. I'm a bit under the weather, so I will try my level best to, go through the presentation. Even though I have been contacted with COVID-19 right now, but it's a mild infection, just like coughing and sneezing, and that's it, right? It's part of the life now. But as usual, this is like I am self-isolating myself right now, so it's going to be easier. So yes, are you ready, Umar Hayat Saab? Are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay, Bismillah. I'm going to start the conversation. The timer, you may start now. Share the screen and you can start. Then I will start the timer.
Are you able to see?
Yes, I can.
Yes,
Bismillah.
I can.
Proceed.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Umar Hayat, and I am student of Diploma in Artificial Intelligence Operations, RPF Level 1 and Level 6. Today, I am going to present my topic, which is AI Augmented energy optimization, automated security for smart cities on AWS and Azure. Our talk of the day will move around these things. Like firstly, we will discuss the urban problems and smart city goals, what the smart city is and what are its problems of the what are urban problems and what are its goals, like what it wants to achieve. Then we will discuss about how AI, cloud, and Internet of Things solve these real-world problems. Then we'll be discussing the automating smart city operations with the help of DevOps and SysOps. And then we will discuss the cybersecurity risks and cloud compliance connected world. And finally, we will see through the future of the urban innovation. Now we will dive deeper into sharing the presentation, like what will be the ingredients of this presentation. And we will start from the smart cities, like what smart city really means. When we talk about smart city, what does smart city includes? It is not simply about, it is beyond that. And then we will see the a vision and the key hurdles, like what the smart city wants to achieve and what are problems in its way to achieve that goal. And then we will dive into the technical workflow, that how we will technically build the smart cities and from sensors to the decision level. And after that, we will see the IoT deployment without human intervention, which is being done with the help of DevOps. And then we will see the real-time energy optimization with the help of SysOps. And finally, we will see the AI, which is the brain behind the energy efficiency, and what is the role of AI and how will we integrate it and how can we utilize the AI in this building smart city. And after seeing the AI thing, we will see this cybersecurity, like how can we guard and protect the whole connected infrastructure against invisible threats. And after that, we will be covering the GRC factor in the smart cities. And after GRC factor, we will see the security thing and the encryption thing in the light of AWS and Azure, or with the help of the AWS and Azure. And finally, we will see that where will we go from here, like what will be the future of this thing. Now let's start with the meaning of smart city. When we talk about what is smart city means, or what should be included in smart city, we vision or we think of buildings which save energy on their own without any human intervention. They save energies, they cut off the wastages, and then within smart city we expect there should be traffic lights that should learn from the congestion patterns and decide on their own with the help of AI to avoid the congestion and facilitate the city runs. In smart cities, we expect clean energy from the solar panels and wind turbines. There should be like free internet access across the city, and there should be emergency alerts citywide with the help of IoT networks. And in a smart city, we also expect online access to the public services. All the public services should be available online and easily available. And we also see transparent and data-driven governance in the smart city. Now let's dive into the vision. When we talk about the vision of smart city, we discuss about what smart city wants to achieve, what is its goal. So simply talking about precisely discussing the goal of smart city, we can say that there are 4 tiers, 4 things which smart city want to achieve precisely, and these things include connected infrastructure, which may be roads, buildings, and vehicles. They are connected, and the systems they are also connected with it. So connected infrastructure is the first goal which any smart city will achieve. And the next goal will be the optimization of the energy. Our next vision is the optimization of the energy. And this energy optimization is with the help of using AI, and it may monitor the energy utilization and reduce the energies in real time according to the needs. And then we will foresee, then we see automated security as a vision in the smart city. And this automated security is like detecting any problem or any thing which is beyond, which creates anomaly or which is beyond regular patterns. And it not only detecting it, but also there should be a fix to that problem, and without that fix should be without any human help. Not only detecting, but fixing the problem without any human help is called like automated security. And then we also see privacy and compliance thing, that data privacy and usage should be under the legal and ethical standards of the local authorities as well as international standards. seeing the vision is not the whole thing. When we see about the vision, we also have to face the challenges. Like to achieve that goal, we have to face challenges in achieving that vision. And major challenges uh, one can see while implementing the smart city infrastructure is management, IoT management, which includes that thousands of IoT devices across the city should be well connected and well managed. And it is not an easy task, especially doing it manually is almost very difficult and not easy task. So it's a big challenge. And then live monitoring of the energy is another challenge, which is a hurdle in the way of achieving the vision. And tracking and using of live energy data for action is uh, the another challenge we face. Then we face when all of these things are connected and we have an automated system, we face threat or attacks, threat from any hacker, and yeah, protection against that cyber attack or any threat preemptively. And not only protection from that cyber attack preemptively, but also having a rapid incident response. This is also the challenge implementing the structure of the cybersecurity. And another challenge which is come across our way is governance and compliance. Staying compliant with the evolving data protection and operational policy laws. There are multiple countries, multiple cultures across the globe, and each country has their own like local laws as well as international laws. When you talk about European Union, they have GDPR. When you talk about the United States, they have HIPAA, and likewise different rules and regulations are there. So implementing the implementing not only implementing the relevant rules and laws to but also to stay compliant with those evolving rules and laws is also a challenge. Now let's look into the technical thing of technical aspects of this smart city infrastructure. The smart cities infrastructure starts from the streets where we have sensors across the smart city, and there are thousands. These sensors include the traffic lights and electricity meters and environment assessment gadgets. They all collect data, and this data is guided or sent to the first device, which is Edge Gateway. The Edge Gateway play a very important role here. It analyze and filter the data and send the data to the injection layer. And the edge gate with the role of edge gateway over here is very important. Like it filters the data and send only those data which are relevant, and the noise or irrelevant data is removed at this stage. And when the ingestion layer comes, the data is received to the ingestion layers. Here comes the role of AWS IoT Core and AWS IoT Hub. These two tools help the data to receive the data securely, and help to and prepare it for sending it to the cloud. And when the data is sent to the cloud, there comes the storage layer. And at the storage layer, data is stored in two ways. The first, if the data is stored as is raw and structured, data that is stored in a data lake, for example, S3 and Azure Blob, and time-based data like hourly monitoring of the energy utilization, and that data is stored in time series database. And we have the example of time stream and influx database. And then there comes the artificial intelligence part, and artificial intelligence processing layer comes here. At this layer, the model training uh, is model training is done by the SageMaker, and or the Azure machine learning. These are the two tools which are available on different clouds, and the model is trained to uh, model is trained to predict using the algorithm of LSTM or GBT. So when the model is trained and prediction is made, uh, this trained model can be placed on the sensors or nearest to the sensors to decide uh, decide on the basis of the uh, data, or on the basis of immediately decide uh, without any loss of time, and that decision, like near the near or on the sensors, is without referring the decision to the server or to the cloud, is called edge AI, and that decision saves is taken in milliseconds, and that saves a lot of time. And when the prediction the model is trained and the prediction is sent, there comes the decision layer, and the decision layer on the basis of that prediction take actions. That action is on a real-time action, and that action may be like adjustment of street lights, or adjusting the energy flow, or shifting the flow of energy from one zone to another zone, or this real-time action could be sending triggers for anomalies or alert if there is some anomaly coming. And this whole thing is visible to the city administration through a dashboard, which can be prepared on Grafana or Power BI. And any if there is any manual intervention required, then they have authorized people over there who can act on AI decision, or who can intervene and overpower the act of the artificial intelligence. Now comes the DevOps thing, and we will see the DevOps for smart cities. Sorry. Smart cities and smart cities auto deploy thousands of Internet of Things, thousands of devices, smart meters, camera networks, and these smart meters and camera networks should be configured automatically. It should not be done manually, and it is almost impossible, near to impossible, or doing it manually is uh, very tough, near to impossible. So the DevOps things comes to make these things automatic, and by a single click, or they configure themselves automatically when they are connected to the network. And for that purpose, we have infrastructure as a code. Infrastructure as a code means that there is an infrastructure. We write a code to build an infrastructure, and this code is written, and the whole infrastructure is established on the basis of that uh, on the basis of that code. And AWS Cloud Formation and Azure Resource Manager are the two tools available. And this on the basis of this infrastructure, we can not only automate, but we can also replicate the infrastructure. If we need to enhance the network or infrastructure, we can replicate it easily with the help of infrastructure as a code. Then we can also use the multi-cloud management, like we can use multiple clouds with the help of DevOps, and Terraform and AWS CDK Cloud Development Kit is available for us to apply these infrastructure on multi-clouds. Like we can do it on GCP and Azure and AWS or any other cloud, multiple clouds. We can develop our system on multiple clouds. And this, with the help of DevOps, we can also build a hybrid environment. Like we can have on premises as well as on the cloud environment, and this can be done with the help of Kubernetes and Ansible. And for automate firmware updates, for the device consistency, that all the devices should be consistent, and the automation of firmware is updation of the firmware should be automated, and this can be done with the help of a CI/CD pipeline, which is also configured with the artificial intelligence. When we build our infrastructure and when we have made everything operational, we have to keep it running. We have to we have to maintain it, and for that purpose, maintaining purpose and for monitoring purpose, we seek the help of SysOps for smart cities, and the SysOps helps us in smart cities. SysOps helps us in monitoring the energy in real time. Like monitoring the live data of energy, and for live streaming, for monitoring the live streaming of the data, we use AWS IoT Analytics and Azure Stream Analytics. And this cloud sources, if they are required to be scaled up during the peak usage hour, this can also be done with the help of SysOps. And SysOps can help AI to take decisions and forecast the demand and supply of the energy and maintain a balance in it. Building of dashboards to view the overall situation of the smart cities operations. Power BI or Grafana can also be used with the help of SysOps. And after successfully maintaining the whole system and keeping it operational, the brain of the whole system comes, which is the AI. And AI is used to predict and predict the energy utilization and optimize it. And for prediction and optimization, we have the first and foremost thing is to train the model. And for training purpose, AWS SageMaker and Azure Machine Learning are used, and they train the model using the historical consumption patterns, like how the electricity has been historically used. So on the basis of this, the model is trained. And when the model is trained, the time series model also is an also important factor in it, like using the algorithm like LSTM or ARIMA or XGBoost. We can predict the future needs of the electricity. And with the both of these algorithm and these tools, AWS SageMaker and Azure Machine Learning, we can train the model very accurately or near to accuracy. And mere training does not stop at when we train the model. It does not stop for like it does not stop. It's an evolving process. Like it continues, and the systems or the models we train keep learning from the trial and error basis. And this learning of the model is called reinforcement. So the model keeps on improving its performance with the help of reinforcement and on trial and error basis. And when the whole thing is made ready, it is deployed near the sensors or data collection, our first stage of data collection. These may be traffic lights or electricity meters, and the decision is taken in a split of seconds, like without waiting for the cloud to intervene and decide. Like when that we have the trained model, it can take decision in milliseconds. When we have intelligent and well-connected infrastructure, we need to have we also have threats. We can also have threats which can attack or try to hack our infrastructure or the system, and for that purpose we need the help of cybersecurity, and cybersecurity here comes in. And in cybersecurity, we got the help of tools like Amazon Guard Duty and Microsoft Sentinel SIEM. And what do they do? They provide automated anomaly detection.
Umar
They
Hayat,
detect.
you
Yes,
only
sir.
have 3 minutes remaining and you have three more slides to go. I would ask you to please expedite the process if you can.
Oh, okay, sir. So,
Thank you.
automated anomaly detection is like to automatically detect the anomaly and take decision accordingly. Then we have device authentication and cybersecurity certificate-based mechanism ensures secure access. And cybersecurity in cybersecurity, we also have predefined protocols for efficient incident handling and which is called response playbooks, which are placed for in artificial intelligence. GRC is also an important factor in developing a smart city. We have regulations in GDPR and HIPAA. We have regulation like GDPR and HIPAA, and Azure and AWS both are compliant, both are helpful in complying these regulations. Moreover, these two, Azure and AWS, are also compliant with the local privacy laws. Like there are countries which requires to maintain the data within their region. So Azure and AWS both do this help for us. And for monitoring the compliance frameworks, we have AWS config and Azure policy. And for security measures, we have regularly audit access controls, encryption, and logs. And for data residency management aligned with regulations. And encryptions with AWS is an important factor. AWS Key Management Service and Azure Key Wallet provide encryption and key management, and they ensure that the data at rest or in transit is encrypted and protected. And HSM integration is also there in Azure and AWS, which is certified by the FIPS, and key rotation and log access is also part of it. So to conclude, smart city is not merely about a single thing. It's about integration of energy, data, security, and compliance. These all must work together. And the goal is not just to build thousands of devices, but is just have a system which is livable, sustainable, and helpful for the people. Looking forward, with the invention of 5G and federated learning and AI that understand context will take cities even further. That we have a lot way go and a more convenient, uh, livable cities for the people. Thank you very much. Jazakallah. That's the end of my presentation.
Well, that's good. Uh, just give me 1 minute. Just in time to finish it off. I'm going to mute myself from time to time just to clean up my nose. So please bear with me. You can stop the sharing of the screen, please, if you can. Okay, so the presentation was good, a bit on the drier side, because I understand you were just going through it, but you need to add more emotions. Uh, you know, bring out your smile, which is hiding
Bring
behind,
out your, which is hiding behind.
right? I think I can hear myself echoing, right? So you may have to check your mic.
I'm
It's okay now.
okay.
It's okay. So as I was saying, like you have to bring out your smile, which is hiding behind your mustache, right? So be when you are going through a presentation in the West, right, or in any other larger organization, you have to add something in there that makes people laugh and also intrigue and pique their interest, right? This is very important. This is one of the fine arts of going through all of this thing. You will be doing this thing in the Al Razak. So if you have already accessed the Al Razak part 1, right, it has 22 units in Al Razak part 2, 22 domains. One of the domain is communication, presentation, right? Teamwork. So there will be tasks designed for you to do that, inshallah. The more you do it, the more you'll become better, right? And we will give you the feedback, so on and so forth, right? So that's something that needs to be done. Okay, let's jump into the Q&A session because the topic is very good. AI augmented energy optimization. Okay. Bismillah. So let's start with some of the basic stuff, right? Uh, what machine learning models were proposed for time series energy prediction in smart cities in your presentation? Like, what are you proposing?
Like machine learning modules, SageMaker, and for Azure machine learning, these are the two main frameworks or two main tools, and they take the help of two algorithm, that is LSTM and XGBoost. These two algorithms can be used.
Very good, very good. Okay. I was waiting to hear LSTM, ARIMA, XGBoost, and stuff like that. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Hold on. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. So when it comes to cloud native services that you suggested, you already mentioned some of the things. Which services, you do recommend for real-time streaming and analytics within the AWS?
For real-time streaming, we use uh, a what is that?
You
A
can look at the presentation, it's fine. You have to be a little bit faster though.
yes, sir, yes, sir. For real-time, like monitoring the things, we need to we can use AWS IoT Core and Azure IoT Hub.
Okay. What mechanisms are used to automate deployment for smart cities infrastructure across AWS cloud? What mechanism would you use?
Sorry, can you repeat it?
What mechanisms, would you use to automate the deployment of smart cities infrastructure across AWS?
Like uh, we can use uh, uh, what like code infrastructure as a code, and yes, this infrastructure we can write infrastructure code therein, and this can result in building our whole infrastructure.
So in the infrastructure as a code, using what on the AWS? There are different services AWS provides, right? We use a lot of them. So organizations use open source, proprietary cloud. So for the IAC infrastructure as a code, what would you use on AWS?
For infrastructure as a code, we use AWS Cloud Formation in
Yes.
AWS, and in Azure, we use Azure Resource Manager.
I just want to know for the AWS, not the, okay. Good job, mashallah. uh, so I'm going to give you an example.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Make sure like I don't hear
make
myself.
sure like I don't hear.
something happens, and then all of a sudden I can hear myself echoing, right? Right. So
I think, Sir Umar Hayat, you have YouTube chat tab open, so maybe the
No,
voice is coming. Or maybe Faisal bhai you have.
I don't have a YouTube. It's not there. It only comes at a certain point. Okay, so here's the thing. At 3 a.m. in the morning, right? The street lights, right? They start blinking, right? Uncontrollably. And the sewage center and the sewage sensor, there's a sensor in the sewage, right? It is throwing out error messages. What could have gone wrong in the smart
yes,
city?
there could be hacker attempt. It is called anomaly, and this attempt could be to enter into the system either through traffic lights, or that could be through the sewage system. And this unusual pattern is called anomaly, and we can detect it with the help of our AI tools. And this anomaly can be an action can be taken or suggested if we have proposed in our response playbook to remove to how to tackle this type of anomaly.
Very good answer, mashallah. Very good answer. I'm going to ask you something which is very important, okay? Looking at your resume, right? Where's your resume? I open it over here and now it's on the other side. Hold on, just give me 1 minute. So you have 24 years of experience. I'm assuming you are 46, 47 years old?
I'm 46 plus.
Yes, right? Okay, that's my guess. You're an accounts officer
Yes.
in a government service employee, right? In Lahore. You have done your Master of Arts in Political Science. You have done your bachelor's LLB and then bachelor's, so 2 bachelors and a master's of political science. When did you started studying AI ops?
Sir, it was back last year in Feb 2024. It was 21st or 22nd of the Feb.
So in the 2024 February, you started on your journey. Today is May 28th, right? 2025. So February to February, 1 year, and March, April, May. So 1 year and 3 months, right? Almost 15 months, right? How was your journey when you were going through this thing?
Is like it requires a lot of patience because I was from the non-IT background, and learning a new thing, especially when I am in my mid 40s. So learning new things sometimes become challenging, but I love to accept challenges, and I was like committed enough to switch my career towards IT. So that's why it
The
instigated me to
reason I'm
keep
asking
moving.
you this question is because the last question I asked you about the hacking attempt, right? Uh, you were able to explain to me in a way that is required to be presented by a director or by a manager in a company, right? And you were able to deduce the information and you were able to tell me, possibly what could have gone wrong, so on and so forth, in a perfect manner, right? This enables you, and this shows that even though you had your master's in political arts and science and this and that and whatnot, and working in government service, in accounts of all the things, you were able to explain to me everything in a better detail. This means you are ready to head out.
Thank you.
Okay, this is what you have to do. So you can head out faster, inshallah. Okay. Okay. So far, good scores, mashallah. Okay. So how does the presentation propose using edge AI for decision making in urban infrastructure? And why is it preferable in some scenarios? Why should we use edge AI?
Sir, Edge AI has a very important role in the smart city. Like I will give you the example of traffic signal. When there is a congestion, the CN is taken very promptly and very fast at the sensor level. And it does not need to go to the cloud or to the server back for taking the CN. We have we have trained model placed right on the edge AI. And this model, on the basis of this model, uh, the, uh, the sensor will take the CN, and the decision will be taken in millisecond, like it will be very fast, and the point of going towards the cloud or server becomes like it may take time and it may result in occurring latency. So doing this edge AI thing is making the system really fast and prompt.
MashaAllah. Okay. Good job. That was a tough question. Right? That was a tough question. Okay. What are the uh, encryption standards and mechanisms used by the AWS and Azure to ensure secure data communication and storage?
Encryption standards.
Yeah, I mean, in your diagrams, you have mentioned those things, but like, what are the encryption standards and mechanisms?
For encryption standards, there are GDPR encryption standards, there are HIPAA standards, these are international standards, and there can be like local standards or local privacy laws as well. And for encryption thing, there is a certified FIPS standards. They are certified by the US government. And so these are the standards which are compatible, and AWS and Azure both can like comply with these standards.
Okay.
Share done.
Okay. Sorry, my father just came to give me some, because I'm drowning in tissues right now. There's a tissue box which is full. There's a tissue box which is empty, but now filled up with more tissues in there. This is exactly what
Yes.
happens to me every single time. So, okay. Okay, just taking some notes. Give me some minute. I have to work no matter what happens. No matter what happens, I have to be there and be available. And I've been up since 4:30, slept at 11. Okay, so explain how hybrid environments were supported in the presentation and which tools you suggested. It's a hybrid environment between AWS and Azure. What should we do?
For hybrid environment, we can use two tools, we can use Kubernetes, we can use Ansible, and these tools can help us develop on premises and on cloud. On cloud, both environment can be both infrastructure can be managed with the help of these two tools.
Okay, have you started doing Al Razak Part 1?
Sir, I have done two, three labs, but I was actually focusing on completing this quickly because I am already on my study leave from the department. So I
Okay.
wanted to complete it. Now I will focus on doing a lot of
Brother, go
labs.
in and do the labs like there is no tomorrow, right? This is very important for you. Go in and get them done. Part 1, you will receive Part 2 as well, right? Which is completely customized as per your requirements and
Right.
shit. Okay, so you have to do all of those things. Even at this age, if you go to Canada or to UK or to USA. USA is a different story right now. Everything is burning down because they're burning those things down by themselves. But people will level-headed will come in and they will do their jobs. But right now you can head to the Middle East and from there to Europe quite fast, inshallah. Okay, I'm going to give you some recommendations. Uh, what does it mean by no-click deployment? In the presentation you mentioned no-click deployment, refers to what context?
So it means when we talk about no-click deployment, it means that we connect our instrument or our device to the infrastructure and it automatically configure itself with the system. It involves no human intervention or
I'm going to
no
make you I'm
configuration.
going to make you do these things in your final part of your Al Razak part 2. You will follow and do all of these labs. Developing infrastructure as a core templates, configuring IoT green grass services, all of those things you have to do. At the very end, these things will come. Bismillah, sorry. Saudi right now is investing heavily in developing their top of the line services for smart cities, right? So the whole 2030 vision depends on smart cities, right? And if you have these skills, you mention, even if you go as a director, as a manager to managing all of these things, you can do all of those things quite easily, inshallah. Right? But my suggestion would be to head towards, uh, Europe or UK, inshallah. Two more questions left. Explain in detail how reinforcement learning, could be applied for smart cities energy system and justify its advantages over static machine learning models like ARIMA, ARIMI in dynamic urban environments. How would you do this?
Sir, reinforcement learning is very vital and very important. Like when we develop or train any model for energy optimization or its usage, this model may not be perfect and there is always a room for improvement in any model. So every model learn from trial and error basis and it improves itself, and on the basis of that improvement, the reinforcement got more importance and the results becomes better and better by every trial and error reinforcement learning basis, by every click or by every data pattern we got, and by every result AI module produce. So it's like I already said that it's trial and error. And when we don't have any room for improvement, like any room for learning or improvement, then the static thing will leave no space for improvement, and the result may be more unfavorable, or like the result will be more incompatible or incorrect. So this is the importance of reinforcement in AI system.
Okay, good, mashallah. So if you have to do threat modeling, right, where a compromised IoT device triggers a cascading security incident, explain how AWS Guard Duty and Microsoft Sentinel would detect and respond.
Sorry, can you rephrase it, please?
So you're doing a threat, threat modeling. It's an exercise you do on a blackboard, on a whiteboard, on a tabletop exercise. So you see and you ask yourself this question: what happens if an IoT device triggers its compromise and it triggers a cascading security incident? Right? For example, IoT hub is compromised, or IoT router is compromised, and that router is connected to the mothership. What happens? Every device is being compromised. So explain how AWS Guard Duty and Microsoft Sentinel would detect and respond to this kind of incident. What would happen?
Sir, AWS Guard Duty or Microsoft Sentinel, both monitor the live data streaming, like they monitor the what is happening. They monitor the logs, they monitor the every action, they monitor the every node, everything which is being occurred at the sensors, and the whenever there is like any anomaly or unusual activity is there, the AWS guard will have two options. Like it can immediately trigger alert on the basis of the on the basis of the threat, how serious that threat is. And uh, this alert can also be like it can create alert immediately, and it can also use playbook response. Like this is a set of instructions which we already placed with the system, and take the action accordingly if that is already in devised in our playbook response system. So the AWS Guard or Microsoft Sentinel do the same thing, and they trigger alert. And what the action will they do? Like both of the clouds can immediately either limit the influence of that anomaly. They may stop and shift its data to another uh, server, and so that the working may also not suffer. And they may try to reduce the impact of this, and after that they will uh, measure the measure the loss, and this loss will be like there uh, this loss will be covered through backup, and uh, through backup we can restore the loss if there any losses occurred there.
Your exam is
Sorry.
done. Compiling the results.
Fine.
Hmm. 4, 5, 20. So, brother Umar Hayat. So you scored 88% in your presentation. 22 out of 25. Okay. And you scored very good scores, which is going to be, let me compile this up. So 5, 10, 12, 24 out of 25. In your Q&A session, you scored very well, mashallah. Out of 25, it's 96%, right? So if I have to compile your results, you scored altogether 92% in your score. Okay, mashallah. So this comes in the top 1%, 2% of the group, right? So very, very good, mashallah. This is my recommendation for you. Okay. Even though I'm a bit under the weather today, but I still have to work. Last night I was working on a presentation to be submitted to the Chinese embassy, right? So, and then also working on a proposal for the Saudi investors, for the UAE investors. There's so many things going on, but alhamdulillah, I reviewed your presentation. It was good. Wait. Sorry, you have to hear that. I was trying to find the mute button. So, very good, mashallah. Here's my recommendation for you. You are reaching soon to be 46, 47, right? You still have time. Recently, in Europe, They are increasing the retirement age to 70, right?
Right.
It's happening. Normally it was 65, some places 67. Some people can also take early retirement, right? So things are changing very fast in the global landscape, so on and so forth. If I look at your resume, you're coming from a background, you did your LLB, you did your BCom back in 1996. Uh, you did your Bachelor's of Law back in 1999, right? And then you did your Master's of Arts in Political Science back in 2009, right? 2011. And then now you did your diploma in Artificial Intelligence Operations. Uh, there is SAP R3 HR training mentioned here, accounts, audit and accounts training institute law. I don't know what that was. Uh, but this is my recommendation for you. The resume needs to be modified. Absolutely, yes, right? So it's not freelance or self-employed. It's part of the Nafi cloud. So you have to mention all of those things and get this thing properly developed by the team. They will give it to you once you have completed your set of labs. Do not discontinue the labs. The labs are the ones that will give you the confidence to go in and show. When you go and the employers are going to ask you to come and show, they're going to interview you and they're going to make you sit on a system where you have to perform all of these things, right? Engage in writing an infrastructure as a code, scripts, fix the scripts. There's a lot of things that you'll end up doing, depending if you're going for the engineering position or going for the managing position, right? It depends on everything. My recommendation to you is go and complete your Kubernetes. That will give you more confidence. The labs are already there. As part of AI Ops, you will do all the certifications, hands-on labs based on all the complete Red Hat portfolio of certifications. And there's a lot of them, right? So you'll do API, you will do OpenStack, you will do all of those things. It's very simple in Nafi Cloud, right? Just one click, container comes up, you do your stuff, right? Soon you will see AI is going to talk to you. I see that you speak Punjabi. If you want to speak Punjabi, I believe that it can speak Punjabi as well, right? So if you want to speak to that, you can do that as well, right? Uh, and Urdu as well, Hindi, and some of the other languages, right? Speaks more than 140 languages, plus languages. The pathway to you for you is going to be this, right? So I'm going to show you the pathway because you want to go outside, right? What is your goal? What do you want to do?
But actually, I want to target Canadian market because I am forcing like my kid, elder son is in O levels. So I want his final destination country as Canada, and I
Okay.
want him to be in jobs as well. So after O levels, he will be joining AI Ops, inshallah.
So for him, the pathway is going to be very simple. After the O level, which is 10th grade, he can do BTech and AI Ops both, right? Inshallah. He can start the AI Ops right now, he can do it. You're here in the working professional domain, right? So you did your AI Ops, you have to do and go and complete the Al Razak program. These are the qualifications. You don't need them right now. What you need is you have to position yourself to come here. You can come here on a master's program. When you come here, you have to upgrade your complete resume with all the skills before coming here. You must ensure that you complete, the Kubernetes exams because that will give you a good heads up. You already have the qualifications. Every single thing that you will learn here on the Al Razak will be your interview preparation. And that's a lot
Right.
of work that you have to do, right? There'll be more than 3,000 labs and tasks that you have to do. You only got 100, right? So we will keep on releasing these labs every 2 weeks. So every Friday, this coming Friday, you will receive an update. What you will be receiving the next Friday. Then every Friday, you will receive an update, and the next Friday, you will receive that batch. So every 15 days, we will inform you, what you will receive. And the next week, you will receive it. So one Friday, we will inform you you're about to receive this. Next Friday, you got that. The next Friday, we'll inform you. Friday is one of the blessed days. Allah created this one on Friday. and Allah will destroy this world on Friday. Right? This world will end on Friday. It's the most blessed day, right? And so this is what you have to do. You have to make sure that you follow through all of those things, inshallah. For your son and for yourself both, you still have a lot of opportunities, right? As I said, just bring some smile on your face. Keep smiling. This is very important, okay? What you have done today is you have proven is that even without any background, you came in and you prepared yourself and you did it, mashallah. I mean, आपने साबित किया है कि आपका कोई background कुछ भी नहीं था. You came and mashallah, you did it very well. I don't know if your son can top that up. I'm not sure. Maybe आप उसको सिखाएं और बोले बच्चे मैं तुम्हें पढ़ाता हूँ बिठा के तो तुम भी 92% ला सकते हो. One thing I can tell you is if you want to apply outside to Canada to study, coming here for masters is easier. जल्दी आ जाओगे, पढ़ लोगे, उसके पॉइंट्स भी मिल जाएंगे. ठीक है, अगर आते हो उसका फ़ायदा ये होगा कि जब आप पीआर अप्लाई करोगे तो घुस सकोगे जल्दी, और अगर तैयारी करके सब कुछ करके आते हो तो जॉब भी यहाँ पर पकड़ सकोगे इंशाल्लाह. ओके. The other thing which is very important for you is if you want a sponsorship, you are in that category that you can ask कि आप मुझे बैंक स्टेटमेंट से स्पॉन्सरशिप दे दीजिए ताकि मैं जाके पढ़ सकूँ. दैट इज़ अवेलेबल फॉर यू नाउ बिकॉज इसकी रिक्वायरमेंट्स होती हैं. आपने रिक्वायरमेंट जो मेन रिक्वायरमेंट होती है कि आप डिप्लोमा पास करें अच्छे नंबरों के साथ. यू डिड इट. पढ़ाने की रिक्वायरमेंट होगी, दैट इज समथिंग सेपरेट, बट बाकी सारी रिक्वायरमेंट्स लिंक्डइन की और सारी चीज़ें और आपने लेटर्स लिखने हैं, पोस्ट करना, सब कुछ करना है. इफ़ यू डू ऑल ऑफ दोज थिंग्स वो ऑलरेडी आपका हो गया है. कंप्लीट द अल रज़ाक लैब्स, दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू. ठीक है ना. हम आपकी फुल प्रिपरेशन करके सब कुछ करके कर देंगे आपको. यू आर यंग and you are mashallah, you have more hair than I have. I'm 44, right? So I'll be so I was born in 1980, right? So that's my year of birth, right? So I'm a Gen X, right? So what I'm saying is you have a lot of opportunities, inshallah. Go and work hard. May Allah give you more success. Do you have any questions for me?
Sir, I want to ask, like, I have, for now, what I understand from your recommendation, I should take Kubernetes certifications and do a Razak labs, both
Yes.
parallel.
Yes, that's what you have to do.
And
there is no need for
okay,
you
sir.
to do any specialization right now. You can do
Fine, sir.
them later on, not right now. The goal is to finish Al Razak, what you already started, right? Because now Al Razak previously was given to everyone, but they were not able to do it because of the containers. Like they had to create everything by themselves, etc., etc. But now everything is ready. Click on it, the system loads up. It's easier now to do all of those things. It's much more intuitive. It's much more easier. अब आपके लिए बहुत आसान है, right? अभी उसके ऊपर पैसे मत लगाएं कि मैं एक और स्पेशलाइजेशन कर लेता हूँ. Do that specialization later on. The journey never stops. आप यहाँ आ भी जाओगे, लैंड भी कर लोगे, मास्टर्स भी हो जाएगा. मास्टर्स करने के बाद आपको 3 साल का वर्क परमिट मिलेगा कनाडा में. 1 से 3 साल इस तरह करके वो देते हैं. ठीक है ना. तो आपके पास टाइम होगा कि यार मैं जाऊँ, जॉब के लिए अप्लाई करूँ, सब कुछ करूँ. ठीक है ना. सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. तो आप कर सकते हो. ठीक है ना. तो ये सारी कंट्रीज हैं जिसमें आप जा सकते हो पोटेंशियली. ओके. यूके 2 years का वर्क परमिट मिलता है. आफ्टर 5 years यू कैन गेट दैट. कनाडा इज अनदर प्लेस. अप टू 3 years का पीजीडब्ल्यू मिलता है, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट वर्क परमिट, राइट. यूएसए similar 3 years, right? Germany 18 months they give you after completing your degree. France, Ireland, Netherlands, Sweden, they all have those things, right? Some of these countries give you, Scandinavian countries 1 साल 2 साल का देती हैं. You have to look for it, right? ठीक है. So what I'm saying is you have a good opportunity right now, inshallah. Okay, so work on that. Stabilize yourself. अपने बच्चे को भी पढ़ाएं, बोले यार बीटा की ये सब कुछ करो. So by the time you come here, inshallah, जब तक आपका बच्चा आएगा पीछे से, वो भी fully prepared होगा. You'll be much more better prepared, inshallah. Okay, that's my recommendation for you.
Sir,
My
sir, मेरा
apologies.
एक और भी,
Yeah, बोले.
sorry, sir.
बोलिए.
नहीं सर, जो एजुअल की जो वेबसाइट है उसके ऊपर मेरी जो लाइक एंड डेट है फॉर द मेंबरशिप जो उधर शो हो रही थी वो थी 30th ऑफ मई। तो अभी मेरा एग्जाम हो गया है, तो आप अलनैफा
That's
विल बी सेंडिंग।
that's the जो वहाँ पर that's a learner registration fee. So to register
ओके।
with EduQual, you have to pay a they call it LRF, learner registration fee. जब आप pay करते हो, they register you as the learner. We don't take the
ओके
examination. हम examination fee हम exam लेते हैं, we don't take it. Examination fee आने वाली है। अब आइंदा जुलाई के बाद examination fee $150-200 अलग से देनी होगी, डिपेंडिंग कि कौन सी क्वालिफिकेशन। मैक्सिमम $150-200, मिनिमम $100 तक फीस होगी एग्जामिनेशन फ़ी जो हम लेंगे। हम नहीं देंगे, एग्ज़ाम थर्ड पार्टी लेगी। वी आर ट्राइंग टू गिव इट टू अ थर्ड पार्टी। इट कैन बी ब्रिटिश एम्बेसी, इट कैन बी any other body like Pearson, Prometric. We are looking into all of those things. So when that happens, तो आपको वो करना पड़ेगा। वो जो आपको डेट नज़र आ रही थी, that's the learner's registration fee. अगर आप वो 30 मई गुजर जाता, 2025 लिखा रहा था 30 मई, अगर वो गुजर जाता तो फिर आपका एग्जाम की फीस आपको दोबारा से देनी। आप फिर आप एग्जाम पास भी कर लेते तो वो बोलते नहीं, इसको तो एक्सपायर हो गई फी, दोबारा फी देनी पड़ेगी। सो यू डिड इट एट द वेरी एंड, जल्दी निकाल
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
लिया आपने, राइट? एंड यू डिड इट वेरी वेल, 92%। आई डिडंट नो, माशाल्लाह, लाइक दिस इज वेरी गुड स्कोर, राइट? सो यू हैव एवरीथिंग इन द आर्सेनल टू बी सक्सेसफुल, राइट? इफ यू लैंड हियर with being a QB astronaut और आपके पास ये सारे skills हैं, no one, and I mean no one can stop you from getting successful. ठीक है ना? अगर आप चले जाओ, no one's going to ask you इस बंदे की एज क्या है, ये this is not what they do here. What they're looking for is the talent, right? I was the youngest guy in the room sitting with all the old geezers, and I was a C-level officer, right? Right? So this is what is important. So you have to work on all the aspects, right? अगर आपने वो कर लिया तो आप बड़े आराम से इसके ऊपर काम कर जाओगे। That's what you have to do, inshallah. Okay, this is my
सर
recommendation for you.
और
Okay,
सर एक और शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन है,
जी,
प्लीज सॉरी आई एम टेकिंग। कुबरनेटिस की सर्टिफिकेशन के लिए मुझे कोई मटेरियल अलनाफे से मिलेगा लाइक
everything.
या
Al Razak mein you will find MCQs, labs, everything. Practice them, you can pass them. Everything. एवरीथिंग।
जज़ाकल्लाह।
एग्जाम फी आपको क्यूबरनेटिस की उनको अलग देनी पड़ेगी। उसके लिए हम आपको उनके वाउचर्स रिलीज होते रहते हैं। ट्राई टू फाइंड 50% 60% वो ऑफ देते हैं। ट्राई टू फाइंड दैट एंड यू विल गेट इट।
सर मुझे जॉब हंटिंग शुरू करनी चाहिए अभी या लाइक आई शुड फोकस ऑन कुबरनेटिस सर्टिफिकेशंस?
You can start by doing at least 2 months of Al Razak labs. So the first part one की जो labs हैं वो, और part two की जो first batch मिल रहा है वो, अगर आपने कर ली, you can start applying for jobs here in Middle East, wherever you want to go.
सर
बाहर जाने
कनाडा का
बाहर जाने के
कौन
लिए
सा?
बाहर जाने के लिए आपको you have to prepare yourself better because they ask you for the work permit, right? So you can't apply for jobs from there to here until you are on some kind of work permit or on a student visa or something like that. Then you can apply for it, right?
जज़ाकल्लाह।
Try to go in any province which is available. Ontario is the biggest. 45 to 50% of the population lives in Ontario. That's the biggest province. It's bigger than Pakistan itself. This एक सूबा पाकिस्तान पूरे पाकिस्तान से बड़ा है, ठीक है? 3-4 times बड़ा है. That's how big it is, right? मैं अभी तक पूरा कनाडा नहीं घूमा। देखिए, अपना सूबा नहीं घूम सका तो पूरा कनाडा तो दूर की बात है, राइट? सही है। सो इवन इन द स्टेट्स आई विजिटेड कपल ऑफ स्टेट्स, यूएस के अंदर, ज़्यादा नहीं, बट क्योंकि काम करना है, घूमने फिरने के लिए दुनिया में नहीं आए। बट एनीवे द पॉइंट इज कि यू हैव अ लॉट ऑफ टैलेंट, इंशाल्लाह। चैनल इट प्रॉपर्ली एंड मे अल्लाह गिव यू मोर सक्सेस। ओके जी,
आमीन।
जज़ाकल्लाह खैर।
जज़ाकल्लाह खैर।
सुब्हानक अल्लाहुम्मा
थैंक यू।
बिहम्दिका, अशहदु अल्ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता, अस्तगफिरुका व अतूबु इलैक। अस्सलामु